else had it. So anyhow, once again, to repeat it, he said that I am the fourth Muslim who accepted Islam. So that is his characteristic, that he is the fourth one. Number two, he said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself married his daughter Ruqayya to me. Number three, when Ruqayya passed away, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he proposed his other daughter Kulsum to me. And not only that, but he said, Osman, if I would have 40 and other riwayah 100 daughters, and they were dying one after the other, I was supposed to marry them one after the other to you. And Muhyiddin ibn Arabi, rahmatullah, there are two Ibn Arabis. One is Sufi, one is Muhaddis. So when we mentioned, so we are mentioning the Muhaddis. So Ibn Arabi, the Muhaddis, he said that when Kulsum raziyallahu ta'ala anha, yes, she was married to Osman, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was taking her to the house of Osman. So he said that Kulsum, she said, yes, Baba, said that your man is a man. And to tell you the truth, that he has a resemblance with your great grandfather Ibrahim, and has a resemblance with your own father Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I told you why? Because the father of Osman, his name is Affan. His name is Affan. Affan was actually the first cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, he was the nephew of Abdul Muttalib. Yes, his mother was the sister of Abdul Muttalib, the auntie of Rasulullah, the daughter of Abdul Muttalib, and the sister of the father of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Got it? Daughter of Abdul Muttalib, not sister. So he was the grandson of Abdul Muttalib, Affan. Number four, he said that in the time of Jahiliyyah, singing and drinking, the Arab were addicted to. And he said, I never did these two things. Number five, he said that people from young age or from boyhood up to young age, and later on some of them, they are busy in lahw la'ib, in sports and playing and this and that. And he said, I have never been inclined to these type of things. Number six, he says, since the day I have given my right hand and put it in the hand of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for Islam. So as my hand touched Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the bay'ah of Islam, so intentionally I have never touched with this right hand of mine my private part of body in respect of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And number seven, he said, since the day I have accepted Islam, so I have made a rule that every Friday I have to set a slave free. I never missed it. If any Friday I couldn't find a slave to buy it and to set it free, so next Friday I tried to find two and to set them free. And number eight, he said, Islam is Islam. In the time of Jahiliyyah, I never thought of zina even. And number nine, he said, since childhood, he said, not even a theft of a single penny I have ever committed from anyone. And number 10, that I was one of those who had completed Hifz Quran in the lifetime of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because mostly Sahaba completed later on. But Osman said, I completed Hifz of Quran in the lifetime of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So now the next chapter is Ilmul Fara'iz, Science of Inheritance. The book is ready, inshallah. I corrected it. Now Izar is working on that. Oh, but I want the Arabic text also. So Mawli Uzair himself offered. I am waiting for Mawli Yusuf also, but he is not doing that. So anyhow, Ilmul Fara'iz, because he is looking for millions. Got it? If you will do one book, I think you will get million. I will give you. You don't know how much money I have. I'm a very rich man. bundle of dollars every time I have in my pocket. Got it. So, as you know, and the whole world admits that a science like that of Ilmul Mirath in Islam, that is never found in the whole history of humans. Such a science. And in Sahaba, there were some of them who were expert in Ilmul Mirath. And for that, two of them are very much known. Zayd ibn Sabit al-Ansari, Raziyallahu ta'ala an, and Usman ibn Affan, Raziyallahu ta'ala an. And the compiled science of inheritance, which we have in our books, so that is actually based on the opinions of these two Sahaba and interpretation of these two Sahaba, Zayd ibn Sabit and Usman ibn Affan. Even some Sahaba, sometimes they used to say, if Zayd and Usman are not there, who will resolve this case? Case of Mirath. And in the time of Abu Bakr and Umar, this field was in the hands of Usman. Wherever a dispute came regarding Mirath, they say, just go to Usman. Yes. Sayyidina Abu Bakr used to send them to Usman. Sayyidina Umar used to send them to Usman, Raziyallahu ta'ala an. And sometime, if Usman was not there, so they used to say, just to go to Zayd ibn Sabit. Even Ibn Sa'd, what is the famous book of Ibn Sa'd? Or Yusuf? Tabaqat. Tabaqat Ibn Sa'd. Very famous. Famous or not? Your teacher sometime quoted or not? Okay. So Ibn Sa'd, in Tabaqat, he has narrated from Imam Muhammad ibn Sirin, rahmatullahi alayh, that for manasik, that is the second complicated science of Islam. Yes, Hajj and Umrah. What? Hajj and Umrah. Complicated or not? Even the ulama are getting confused. But our Shaykh, he is explaining it properly. The Shaykh. He himself calls himself Shaykh. But he is a Shaykh. Shaykh at least in Hajj and Umrah. Because of practice. Because what? Practice is a good knowledge. So anyhow, Ibn Sa'd from Muhammad ibn Sirin, he says that for ilmul manasik, Sayyidina Usman, he was the greatest alim. And he said after him, Abdullah ibn Umar, Raziyallahu ta'ala anhum. Khatabat. Yes, speaking. Sayyidina Usman Raziyallahu ta'ala, naturally, he was a God-fearing man. So whenever he was speaking or giving sermon, mostly his sermon is full of God-fearing. Zuhud and taqwa, and fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even his first speech when he was appointed as Khalifa. So that speech was also nasaih, sincere advices regarding deen. Very rarely he was touching politics in his sermon. So in that speech he said that you are taking off from Darul Iqla'. What is Iqla'? Taking off a flight. Hubut. Al-Iqla' wal-Hubut. What they call it, Ahmad? Al-Iqla' wal-Hubut. Landing and taking off. Yeah? So Iqla' is taking off. So Sayyidina Usman, he started his speech, the first speech. He said that you people are taking off from this world. So as much good as you can do before that taking off, do it. So you may not be late. You came. Dawn was broken. Got it? So now the evening is coming. He said that this world and worldly life is enveloped in deception. Nothing else. So the life of this world may not deceive you. فَلَا تَغُرَّنَّكُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا وَلَا يَغُرَّنَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغُرُورُ. And he said, take a lesson from those who left this world. So then strive hard. Don't be careless and heedless. Where are the sons and brothers of this world who gave priority to the life of this world? So they built up this world. They enjoyed it. But this world has not thrown them there in a trench. They are in their trench now. Qubur. So throw the world where Allah has thrown it. And look and seek for akhirah. And Allah has given us an example. وَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا كَمَاءٍ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَاخْتَلَطَ بِهِ نَبَاتُ الْأَرْضِ فَأَصْبَحَ هَشِيمًا تَذْرُوهُ الرِّيَاحُ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَلَى خَيْرِ خَلْقِهِ. This was his own union speech. So is there anything that he was asking people towards himself? He was giving them the fear of God and the fear of akhirah. And at the time of besiege, when he was in besiege, so some people approached him from Mecca that we need some nasiha. So he wrote for them, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ittaqullaha haqqa tuqatih wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun wa'tasimu bihablillah jami'an wa la tafarraqu. Usman. Yes, he was a man of this nature. That, oh, you who believed, fear Allah the way He is deserving to be feared of, and die not but in form of Islam, and hold firmly the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, and be not divided. So it means that his first sermon, that was the fear of Allah and thinking of akhirah. And his last letter, that was the fear of Allah and thinking of akhirah. And his ibadat and taqwa. At night, he was standing in prayer to such an extent that sometime he was completing Quran in 1 rakat and sometime in 2 rakat. And that what his wife, Sayyidah Naila, raziyallahu ta'ala, she was a Christian and accepted Islam. So Sayyidah Naila, the killers, they were trying to kill him. So she said that why you are killing such a Muslim? Every night he is completing the book of Allah in his prayer, and you are killing him. Osman ibn Ibrahim al-Tamimi, he says that one night I saw Osman raziyallahu ta'ala close to Maqam Ibrahim. So I sat there. So he was praying his prayer. In 2 rakat he completed the whole Quran. When he finished the prayer, so here the Muazzin came and he gave azan for Subh. And Osman used to say, in my lifetime, I never had such a day where I have not recited the Holy Quran. And Ibn Umar, regarding him, he was saying this ayah, أَمَّنْ هُوَ قَانِتٌ آنَاءَ اللَّيْلِ سَاجِدًا وَقَائِمًا يَحْذَرُ الْآخِرَةَ وَيَرْجُو رَحْمَةَ رَبِّهِ. He said that Osman is the proper misdaq of this ayah, that the one who is obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at night time, in sajda and in qiyam, he has the fear of akhirah and he is looking for the rahmah of his Lord. And he said that the proper misdaq of this ayah is Osman raziyallahu ta'ala. Ibn Kathir has narrated that Osman used not to do fasting if he was feeling sick or only in Eid days. Otherwise he was Saimud Dahar Yes, always he used to do fasting. He was very stable regarding deen. And to propagate deen and to implement it, he was eager to do it. And that was the case when he felt that people are showing some laziness coming for Jummah. So they are becoming late, like Abdul Qudus, and they are not attending the khutbah. So then he ordered for azan, the first azan which we are giving. Otherwise, in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the time of Abu Bakr, Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, and in the beginning of the time of Usman, there was only one azan which in front of the khatib is given, and then the khutbah. But Usman radiallahu ta'ala says that people are busy in their jobs and they are not coming to masjid in time, so they miss the khutbah, or a big portion of khutbah. So he ordered that with the entering of time, there must be first azan. And then for khutbah, there will be a second azan. So for the said purpose, the roof of the house of Usman, that was the highest roof in Medina. So he ordered Muazzin to go there on that roof of my house and give azan therefrom. So people may not have any excuse that everybody heard the azan. Yeah, Ahmad is also late, but he is bringing a juice, so good excuse. Yes, you are forgiven. But Abdul Qudus is not bringing anything, so how he will be excused? Got it? So now, this first azan, that was based on the ijma of Sahaba. And ijma of Sahaba is a source of Islamic Sharia. Got it?
Yes.
Got it or not?
Yes.
Yes, so nobody can call it bid'ah. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِسُنَّتِي وَسُنَّةِ الْخُلَفَاءِ الرَّاشِدِينَ الْمَهْدِيِّينَ. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam called the practice of Sahaba a sunnah. That sunnah is not only my practice. My Sahaba's unanimous practice is also called sunnah. So when the ijma takes place, so it means that becomes sunnah. وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَلَى خَيْرِ